The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 463, been recorded on July the 22nd, 2024. I am one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Rockstar. Today I'm joined by my co-host from the West Coast, the best coast, the Gunny Chief. He's here. Welcome, Gunny, welcome.
Hey, it's nice to be back on here with you, Jesus, after that solo show last week.
I heard it. I listened to the solo show.
What'd you think? My first one.
It was pretty good, man. You actually kept talking the whole time. I was like, wow, that's hard. And I know it's hard because I've done it in the past, and it's fucking hard to do it by yourself.
I tried it, Jesus, I want to say about 4 years ago. And I started to record. I probably got about 30 minutes in, and then I just kind of froze up. And I was like, okay, scratch that. Forget it. But yeah, I'm glad I can get a show out there for everybody.
Yeah, well, besides all that, you can follow us on Twitter at _horrible gamers. Follow us on Facebook, Horrible Gamers Podcast. There's a page, there's a group in the page. You can join the group. Also, big shout out to the Patreon machines that support the show with the monies, like our friends Jason Sams, Robert, Noble, Chad, Gunny, Porkchop Poo, Nipron, Evan, Bamboo Master Tanaka, and Bill Garner II, the Elden Lord. Thank you all for the Patreon machine monies. And big shout out to Redbubble. Head on over to Redbubble and get yourself a Hgp thing. I don't know. Just search for us, Horrible Gamers, at Redbubble website. And you can find us and find our store and buy whatever you want. Yeah. Also, quick shout out to Phantom Egg for the intro music and Broke for Free Night Owl for the outro music. That is the outro song we use at the end of the show. And let's get talking about video games, Gunny, and stuff.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Man, I've been busy the last few weeks, dude. I haven't had time to slow down from work. It's been work. And I have to be up at 2:30 in the morning. It fucking sucks. It blows.
And I told everybody you were camping. It's a week-long vacation in the woods.
I wish I was camping. I was camping at fucking work, man. It was
in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, it sucked. It was bad. So, yeah, but I'm back. And Mayo's not here today, of course. I don't know where he's at. Probably working. Yeah, we work a lot. Anyways, so that's just what's been going on. But I have been playing games and I have been playing different things. So, because we could talk about that real quick. Some games that I've been playing in the last week or so. So, real quick, I have been playing a lot of Helldivers. That's kind of my go-to shooter at this point in time. I'm playing a lot of that. It's been a lot of fun. I actually completed all the battle passes already. So I'm kind of just waiting for the new battle pass to come out to start grinding that. And I've been playing a lot of that, dude.
Do you see a lot of players that you think have fallen off of that game, or do you still able to find matches with people?
Oh, you're still able to find matches. Now, of course, it's not like, because I mean, when the game first launched, you would see because you could see the different sectors that you go to will show how many Helldivers are in that sector, right? Like fighting or whatever. And when the game first came out, they would be shit, you go over to one and it would have 200,000 people on there or something fighting in that sector or whatever. Then you go to the next one, and it would have 110,000 players fighting in that sector. Then you go to the next one and it would have 90,000 players and 80,000 players. Now it's more you go to one and you'll see anywhere between 35 to 50,000 players in one. And then you go over to the other one and you'll see 2,000. Then you go to the other one and you'll see 10,000. So it kind of has a lot of players, I guess, have fallen off of it, but it's still very, very populated. So there's not an issue finding a match.
That's good.
Plus, the game is, you really can launch by yourself. If you are that ballsy, I guess, and you think you could do everything by yourself, you actually can just, when you start up the match, you can just say fuck it and launch into the map by yourself without waiting for anyone. And then the game will sometimes pull in people that are, because you can quick search for a match when you launch the game. You can just say quick search in this sector, and it'll kind of launch you into a mission where some people that need a player on their squad, it'll just put you in that squad. So sometimes you'll be playing
Could it be like a hell let loose situation, or even a Battlefield where like really just kind of I got it in at the end of the game? Like, is there like a cutoff time for when it will pull in people?
No, actually, there's not, because I had people come in like as the extraction ship was landing.
Okay, all right, yeah. So
like
anytime, that's cool.
So it's like we fucking like this motherfucker showed up last minute, and then he gets to reap all the rewards of all this whole fucking 30-minute fight we just had to get here and shit. Yeah, there's been some really hectic matches, man. I wish I could record some of the matches, because they've been really like some epic ass moments in these matches, dude. We're like there's this thing called the Biotitan. It's like the size of a building. It's like think of like a giant spider, but it only has like 4 legs, and it's like the size of like a building. It's huge. It's tall as hell, and you can see it usually from across the map because it's so big, right? And like there was a moment in time where we were fighting all these bugs, and the mission was to go in and destroy their nest. So we had to like call in this nuke, program it, wait for it to calibrate, and then it would launch into the ground, and it would create a huge crater and blow up the nest. So we blew up all the nests, and then somehow, for some reason, in the middle of the match, like right towards the end of the match, actually, 2 of the players on our squad dropped out. They just kind of left. And me and the other guy were the only ones left alive. And we're like, oh, fuck. So we started going to the extraction, and fuck, dude, like 3 of those bio fucking titans spawned in. I had like $300 chasing me besides those 3. It was intense, dude. I was calling in airstrikes behind me, trying to like call in an airstrike and drop it down as I'm running. It was fucking crazy, man. We barely made it to the extraction, and then I died at the extraction. Then he called me in again, and then he died, and then I called him in again, and it was just a fucking mess. And then we were finally able to make it out. We did make it out, but it was like barely making it out, dude.
Those are the best, right? Those are the best matches. Like, we fucking made it, like skin of our teeth.
Yeah, dude.
I like those.
It was pretty fucking insane. But yeah, so we've had I've had a lot of those matches with random players, and it's always random players. I never play with like people that I know. It's always been random ass people, and it's always cool. Like most people get along. There's a few times I've had people that like for some reason that were fighting with each other. And it was funny as hell because this guy kept team killing the other guy, and then the other guy would turn around and team kill him, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" Then finally, they both got on their microphones, cussed each other out, and then they were cool. It was like, okay, like they kind of like settled their differences or something. I don't know. It was really weird, man. It was like a weird interaction because they were just all pissed. They were all pissed. Why the fuck do you keep killing me? Well, why the fuck did you shoot me earlier? And well, fuck you, you dumbass. I wasn't shooting you. I was trying to kill the bug behind you. And then like they're like, oh, okay. It's just like settled their differences. Like, oh, okay, like I guess.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't stand there. I mean, I just give them the benefit of the doubt.
Well, at times there is friendly fire because you do just start shooting, and then sometimes people do run in front of you while you are trying to when you're shooting at something, people run across you, like across your line of fire, and they'll just get shot by you. Or you call in an airstrike, and sometimes when you call in an airstrike, say you call in like a nuke, you'll have like the little sphere thing in your hand, and if a bug, like there's different types of bugs that are like run at you, right? They'll run at you and hit you or whatever, or the robots will shoot rockets at you or something. Well, when that happens, your guy kind of falls to the ground, or if your guy gets knocked over or something, he drops the sphere, like whatever the airstrike was, on the ground, like right there and then. So, like, if you're in the middle of your squad and you're calling in an airstrike and some bug or something knocks you over, an explosion or something knocks you over, you drop the airstrike right there, and then the airstrike comes in that location. It doesn't come in where the bugs are. It comes in right over your squad, so then you end up killing your whole squad or half of your squad. And that happens a lot, too. Or, like, if you stand behind, like a rocket launcher, say somebody's shooting a rocket off their shoulder, or there's a rocket like a turret, you stand behind it and the rockets go off, it will give like a blowback thing or whatever, and it'll like knock you to the ground as you are dealing with that. But yeah, I've been playing lots of Helldivers, I guess. It's a fucking great game. I fucking love that game. And I'm excited to see what they do with any updates. They did add a new weapon called the Commando weapon, which is like I want to say like a rocket launcher type thing. It's like a guided missile rocket launcher, but you have to hold the lock to wherever wherever the laser is pointing is kind of where the missile's going to go to. So there's that. I did end up buying also Ghost Recon not Wildlands, the other one, Breakpoint. I remember playing a little bit of that as well. And that game is kind of cool. It's kind of weird the way the game is set up. It's very open worldy where you kind of do whatever. There has no real like direction. I feel like the game is just kind of like
Ghost Recon, right?
Yeah, it has like no direction. It's just kind of like do whatever. And the problem is I bought like the ultimate fucking mega edition, so it has like all the DLC, right? And I have all these missions on there, and I could just play the DLC like right now, like it lets me. It'll say like this mission is chapter 4, chapter 3, and you can play this right now. But we recommend you do the other ones first, or you can just go and do this mission. It doesn't matter. So it was really weird because I clicked on the mission. I was doing it and I didn't realize that it was like a chapter 2 mission. And I was trying to do chapter 1 missions and side missions. And but it really didn't like mess anything up. I kind of just did the mission and it was like whatever, like you're cool. So yeah, kind of a cool story. You are the Ghost Recon team, and this guy took over this island and shit's gone crazy on the island. And there's all these drones and shit flying around, and every so often there'll be like a predator drone that flies around the sky, and that'll be like you're being scanned or whatever, you're gonna be spotted. So you can like drop on the ground really fast. And I forget what button it was on the controller. Maybe it was X or something. But you hold it or whatever, or you tap it.
Oh, yeah.
And you cover yourself up with like mud and shit.
But you have to be in the mud, right? You have to be in a muddy area, dirty area.
You have to hide yourself from the drones or whatever. And then I've had it to where the drone actually spotted me, and next thing you know, I have like all these jeeps and shit pulling up to where I'm at, trying to kill me with all these bad guys. So I've had that happen too. But the team that you're with, the AI is really, really good. The AI, like the Ghost Recon team that you're with, they're really like fucking good. They're really, really good at shooting. Like, like it's not like you're like with some shitty AI. Like, no, these motherfuckers are badass. They will fuck everything up. Like they don't not fuck around. You know what I mean?
I feel like that was the third in the series. Am I right? Was there 3 of them?
I think it was the second one. There was Wildlands, and there was this one.
Okay, I thought that was the third one. No, I think okay. Yeah, it's just something I never really got into. Like I'd play it for an hour here and there.
Yeah,
I know I bought it.
I didn't play much of it. I got like 3 or 4 or 5 hours into it, and I haven't.
That's about how far I am. Probably 5 hours, maybe 6.
Yeah, I like the helicopter. You fly around the helicopter, and you fly around everywhere and kind of get the missions done. And you could drive jeeps, you could drive motorcycles, blow up convoys, blow up bases, different random shit like that. It's just like it's like a Far Cry really, but with like Ghost Recon soldiers. That's what it reminded me of. I was like, this game is fucking Far Cry. I'm like, the only difference is in Far Cry, you're not a soldier. You're like usually you're just like a random person or something. You know what I mean? Like some random ass person, like I don't know, maybe a cop or something. But you're not a spec ops fucking special forces fucking soldier or whatever. But you are in this one. So, but yeah, they also have a lot of gear shit. So like, there's a lot of like attachments to your guns, and there's so many attachments to guns you can unlock. So many. I don't even know how to equip half this shit. I'm like, how the fuck do you like? I don't know how to do it. I just pick up whatever gun looks cool and has the better stats, and I use that. All the guns kind of come with a suppressor, which I thought was weird. Like every single gun you have, you just automatically have a suppressor for it. It doesn't matter if you like just got the gun. You always have a suppressor for the gun.
And there's an option, right, to go loud or whatever. Probably. Yeah, just like Wildlands.
You could take it off, but I'm like, why would you ever take off the suppressor? Like, it makes no difference really in taking it off or leaving it on. I would always leave it on. There's no point in taking it off. You know, you get spotted easier if you just take it off. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Because I have it to where you don't have to like. There's no gear score because you can set the game. Like when you launch the game, it gives you a lot of parameters. It tells you like, do you want a HUD? Do you want nighttime to be darker? Do you want nighttime to be a little bit lighter so you can see in the map? Do you want do you want how hard do you want the AI to be? Like the enemy AI. Do you want them to be like super hard? And then it'll ask you like on your gear, do you want to have like a gear score like in the Division where you have like all these numbers and shit? Or do you want it to just be like plain, like no gear score? And I was like, fuck the gear score. I don't like that bullshit. So I was like, give me just regular gear. Give me no HUD or minimal HUD where it disappears or whatever. And I made the AI kind of hard, and then I made my AI good, and then I was like, fuck it, we'll go with these settings. And then it kind of just lets you do whatever. It even lets you adjust like how you want to deal with your injuries. Like, do you want your injuries to be more like I don't know, I guess more harmful to you or less harmful? You could have it to where injuries really debilitate your character or they don't. You know what I mean? So you can have injuries where like, oh, you break your fucking leg rolling down this hill, or you roll your fucking ankle or whatever in this forest, or you can have injuries where like that doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? So there's that. So I have it to mostly set to realistic. The only thing that I didn't turn off completely was the HUD. So I was like, I kind of want the HUD. And then there's another thing in there too, where like, I know that Ubisoft loves to do this shit because they did it with the Avatar game as well. Where like it tells you like, do you want us to set waypoints on the map for you, or do you want to discover your location? And I was like, okay, maybe I'll do the discover mode first. And I fucking hated that shit. I'm like, I cannot figure out where the fuck I'm going. I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed. Because they'll tell you like, the enemy was last seen at the office in the north side of blah 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 lake, and I'm like, okay, open up my map. Or where the fuck is this lake? And I have all this huge map and all this shit written down on them. I'm like, where the fuck is this lake? I'm trying to find it. Don't find the fucking. I'm like, where the fuck, dude? And I look at the map again. And I'm like, where the fuck is it? I can't find it.
That's my experience.
Finally, after like 10 minutes, I found it. I was like, you know what? I'm turning this shit right the fuck off because I couldn't. I couldn't figure out where to go, dude. I'm like, I can't read this fucking map. It was like a fucked up map. It has like it's like a regular it's like a Red Dead map or something where like everything is handwritten in there, and like you have handwritten notes on everything. And, like this lake goes to this, and this river is this creek, and then you go from this creek, it goes north, and they have little notes on shit, and everything is like, what the fuck?
It is a hard to read map. I agree. I've spent at least 10 minutes in there one day trying to figure out where to go.
It's worse than the Red Dead map. At least the Red Dead map filled in as you discovered shit. This one, it just has everything written on there from the get-go. So you're like, what the fuck's going on, you know? But I thought the intro to the game was kind of cool, right? Where you going into the island with all the other helicopters, and then you get attacked by the drones, and then you got to kind of go and find like your crew or whatever, and then you find some of your crew, and the other half is dead, and the other half is betraying you, and all this crazy shit going on. And then you kind of have like the little backstory between you and the bad guy. I forget his fucking name in the game, but it's the dude from The Walking Dead, the Shane guy.
I forgot his name too.
Yeah, I forget it. Something Bernthal, right? Is it like?
Yeah, didn't he die in end of season 1 or
season 1 or 2? Or Rick stabbed him or something. Season 3, I don't know.
He was banging his wife. Come on,
yeah, he was banging his wife and trying to be like the leader or something, right? Yeah, take him out, baby. Damn right. But
so you know what I recommend, Jesus? It's something I haven't done, but you can, once you're in that like your cave fucking hideout place or whatever, like you'll see real-time players coming in, and you can just kind of form a squad, join a squad. I'm sure you've seen all that stuff. So yeah, something I recommend, and then you can probably get a lot of helps and tips and tricks from those guys. That
ain't nobody playing this shit, bro.
There's probably not many now.
I get on there.
They're probably playing Helldivers and Call of Duty.
There's nobody in there, Gunny. I'm in there by myself. I'm like, I didn't even know I had multiplayer like that. So I've been in there by myself the whole time.
Yeah, you'll see them come in. They'll phase in when you're in that cave.
The one guy that's going to show up is going to be like level 700 or something. Fucking
799, the max cap level.
I know, right? They show up with like all this gold fucking gear on and shit.
You'll walk up to him in a diaper. I need help.
What the fuck, dude? The fuck are you?
He's like, I'll carry you, Jesus. Just stand behind me the whole time.
He's gonna show up in one of those fucking mech suits from Fallout. Those giant fucking mech suits. Just fucking go in there. Follow me. like, no, dude, I don't want to play with you, man. You're too leveled up. I don't want to. My guns won't do nothing to your enemies, so fuck off. But yeah, so I'm playing quite a bit, and I love the way the game looks. It looks really good on ultra wide. It does. It really does look stunning on the ultra wide. I mean, graphically, the game doesn't look that impressive. I mean, I've seen better looking games, like Red Dead looks better than this, but nevertheless, it is what it is. Besides all that, though, I've also played more games, Gunny. I mean, I played a lot of shit, dude. Obviously, it's been like 3 weeks, so I got a big list. I played more 6 Days in Fallujah. Now, that's the game where you're the Marines in Fallujah or whatever, and you're trying to, I don't know, you can do random missions, I guess, right now, in the multiplayer. And, god damn, is that game fucking so damn fucking hard, dude. It is so fucking hard. It is harder than Ready or Not, dude.
Yeah. I haven't watched it in a while on Twitch.
It
but I see
really
it on
is.
sale sometimes.
Now, they announced that recently that 1.0 is coming out like in September or something. I was like, what? 1.0 is coming out in September? And originally it was supposed to come out like, look here. They originally said it was supposed to come out like July or something, or August. So yeah, like they said no, we are looking for like a fucking like a fall release. Pretty sure they said fall, this fall. I can't find it now, but I saw it somewhere where they said it was supposed to be like this fall or whatever. Anyways, they've apparently have a lot of they've done a lot of patches to it, and the game, I mean, it runs pretty good. It looks pretty okay, and yeah, I mean, it's just you want to kill some fucking insurgents in Fallujah, playing as Marines and get fucked up by them. Play this game. So yeah, yeah. It's fucking crazy. The crazy part about the game, though, man, is like, say you're doing a mission, right? Like whatever, take out the command fucking building or whatever that the terrorists are using. You spawn on the map, and then you have a certain map. There's no map you have. Like, you don't have a map. You can't press M to pull up a map. You can't really do any of that. You kind of just have to go and walk around with your team and kind of have to follow each other and kind of have a sense of direction. You have to kind of pay attention to where you're headed, because you'll be like in a huge neighborhood, Gunny, with like 70 houses, and you got to clear out these houses. But your main goal is to get to the fucking the big building or whatever and take out the fucking command center or whatever. So
does it show? So there is a map, or there is no map? Because I was thinking, does it show players on map? Do they have icons above their head?
No. There is no map. There is no map. You have to follow. There is a compass on your thing, which I don't know what the compass points. I don't know if it just points north or if it points towards the objective. I have no fucking clue. You can like ping something. So if I'm aiming my gun at a certain alleyway or a certain building, I can press like the middle mouse button or something, and my guy it'll ping up. It'll ping like a little gray dot, and my guy will say like, I have something over here, and then like
so it's more of a spot.
Everyone could see that. Yeah, everyone could see that. But besides all that, like if you veer off and like say you go into a house to chase someone down, and your squad keeps running down the street, you're gonna lose them. You're just gonna lose them. There's like no there's no there's no map, so you're gonna fucking lose where the hell they went. And sometimes like you don't want to get caught by yourself, dude, because you'll get fucked up by these terrorists. Because this fucking AI will like flank you, they will chase you, they will set up traps for you, they will fucking fuck you up, and you stand no chance by yourself. So it's always good to stick with your squad. And but the one thing you can't see on your little compass that you have is the MAV, which is like the vehicle that transports you. And that vehicle will have like it has ammo for you. If you ever run out of ammo, you can run back there and like restock up on ammo and grenades and shit. But the other thing that it can do is, say like you're in a squad and you're in a firefight and 3 of your guys die and you're the last one left alive because it's a 4-man squad. You can retreat and run back to that MAV. So you kind of have to follow the compass a little bit, and you can run back to it, and you can knock on the back, and like you can respawn the 3 guys that at that map. Now it spawns them with like a basic. They spawn one like a basic rifle. I think it's like an M4 or something, and that's it. They don't have like a scope. It's just like a basic rifle, no scope, and like that's it, right? Like they don't have like because when you first start in the match, each of you has like an assigned role. Like one of you is the squad leader, one of you is the assist, one of you is the ready, and then one of you is the whatever the fuck the other guy's called. I forget what the fuck the other guy's called, but
the gunner.
so
I don't know.
each of you have like a different weapon. Like one of you will have a shotgun and a rifle. The other one has an M4 with the scope. The other guy has a light machine gun. The other guy has like an M4 with the scope and whatever else. So you all kind of have like a specialized gun, for your guy or whatever. Now, if you die, that gun is lost. You can't pick up guns off the ground. So you kind of have to like just respawn if your guy respawns you from the map. And then you only get one respawn per match. So that's it. Like if you died, then you like say one guy dies and you go respawn that one guy, and then two more people die. Those two people are out for the rest of the match. The match is over.
Oh, so
yeah.
So wait, let me get this straight. So it's every person gets a respawn, or it's only 3 respawns total?
No, it's only one respawn in the whole match.
Oh,
So,
okay. So
like,
you might
one
want to wait
time.
until somebody else dies before you go
Yeah,
all the way
so,
back
like,
to the truck.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you're in a gunfight and only one guy dies, you might say, no, we're gonna keep going in the mission till another guy dies. Maybe
okay.
2, maybe 3 guys die, and then I'll go revive everyone. Instead of saying I'm gonna waste the one revive on this one guy, and then we all die again, and now we're all fucked for the rest of the mission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I mean, I don't know. It's a cool little game, but we'll see what happens with it. Besides all that, though, I did play more games. And what other games did I play? I'm trying to think here. I did play more of the Empires of the Undergrowth, and that's the ant game. I'm kind of stuck on a level, but I kind of am not stuck. I don't know. How to progress that game. I'm trying to figure it out. I kind of figured it out, but I don't know. I might be stuck, so I don't know. I might need help.
That game keeps popping up on my Steam thing for base building. Since I'm always searching for base building games. Always at the top of the list.
Yeah. The other game that I did play was Knutsi Gami Path of the Goddess, and that's
that's
fun game. I fucking love that game. That game is really fucking good.
I don't think I played it this week, but I have played it on Game Pass.
So much fun, Gunny. Like it's just fun. I love everything about it.
What are you playing on Steam?
I was, and then I'm switching over to Game Pass because I haven't bought it. I have the demo on Steam.
Yeah, there's a demo on everything. It's available on everything. As far as I know, PS5, Game Pass PC, Game Pass console. So that's, I think I played it on console.
Yeah, so I'm going to play it on the PC on the Game Pass and see how that goes. No ultra wide support.
How would you describe this game?
It's more like it's like a strategy. It's not it's tower defense, but not really. So think of like a tower defense game where you have a path you're going down, and it's like a set path. But it's more like you are the guy that's going down the set path, and you have like soldiers with you that you can like unlock, and then you can create like a warrior, like a guy with an axe, a archer, a mage, or like a healer, and then you're moving down the path. You're moving your goddess down the path, and as she's moving, it'll turn from night to day or day to night. During the daytime, it's safe. You can run around the area, collect loot, collect like these little orbs that you can use to upgrade your people. And the orbs are also needed to move her forward. And nighttime comes around and she'll stop in the path that she's in. Now, she doesn't move very fast, but you got to get her across the section or across this little map or whatever that you're in, this little section of the map that you're in. And as you get her across, you have to defend her at nighttime when these like demon things spawn from like these portals. There's these different doors on the map, and it will show you in the map during the daytime which portal or portals the enemies are going to spawn from. And what the game does really good is that I found that almost every section they would introduce a new enemy type. So you thought you knew everything about defending her, and you thought you could build a good defense, and then all of a sudden they just throw in a new enemy type. Hey, this guy fucking shoots from like far away. Oh, this guy runs really fucking fast. This guy, he can just take a ton of fucking damage. So good luck trying to slow him down because if all you guys are focused on him, then you as the player can go and attack the other things. But I mean, there's sometimes too many creatures that she gets surrounded and she dies. So it's kind of like I said, tower defense, but not really. It's kind of
I would say, I mean, it's described as an action strategy. Yeah,
it's
it's action
Overwatch.
strategy.
It's Overwatch with like a strategy. Like you have to pause at night and you kind of command your soldiers. Like you stand there, you stand there, you stand there, and then they'll automatically attack whatever gets near them. So the archers will automatically attack anyone in their range. Same with the swords guy. They'll have like a little radius around them. Same with the healer. The healer will heal in her radius, and that's it. And there's like a mage guy that builds like this like barrier that slows the enemy down, which slows like the fast guys down. So he's kind of helpful to put up next to the archers because he'll slow people down enough.
Oh, it's a good point. I didn't think about that.
For the archers to take shots and take people out. But your people can die. So they can die and then you have to respawn them. They're not dead forever. You can respawn them and you can respawn them during the day or the nighttime. And then your character yourself, your main guy that you're playing as, I forget his name. I think it's like Zoe or Hoey or something, or Hio or some fucking weird name. He can also be revived. So like you die, say like you go ahead and you try to attack everyone at the gate, and your guys are all the way back there.
The Torii gate.
The Torii gate. You're trying to fucking attack all the guys at the Torii gate, and your guy dies. You're not dead forever. It kind of like knocks you out, and then you're kind of out for like, I don't know, I want to say 10 seconds maybe in real life. But I mean, it seems like a long 10 seconds because you can't move at all during those 10 seconds. You kind of rotate the camera around and span around and look around, but you don't really know what's going on where the queen is. And like the whole point is
the goddess of Kafuku.
Yeah. And the point is you are like a royal guard to her. You're like her protector. Like you have to protect this queen or whatever. So yeah, it's pretty intense game sometimes, and it runs fucking good. It looks beautiful. The art is really nice.
I think it's really pretty, especially in that beginning scene when he takes out his katana. I guess you can call it a katana sword, and he's like got this like wrap thing around the sword, that has this magic element to it, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the game is totally made for consoles because even on the PC when you play it, it'll tell you right off the bat, like, hey, we highly recommend you use a controller for this game. Like this game was designed with the Xbox controller in mind. Like you need a controller for this.
Is that probably because of the camera rotation?
I would assume so.
I would think that's what it would be for.
And it's very simple.
You have to do it. Some places you have to rotate it.
And there's different power ups you can get for your guy. Like there's a power up where you can use it near your friendlies and it'll boost their like attack speed or their attack stats.
Yes. Yep.
There's another one where you can heal everyone. There's another one where you can like give them like boost the speed. There's another one where you can give them like there's different ones, and you can upgrade that with the queen as you go up to the tent and upgrade her shit. But yeah, man, really lovely game. I really love this game. Like I thought it was another bullshit one of those. Oh, this is a bullshit Japanesey game. No, man, this game is actually really fucking good. Like I really, 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 really like this game. So yeah,
hopefully.
Kunitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess.
Yeah, hopefully as I progress forward into this, I hope that we unlock more characters. I don't mean like more different styles types or whatever, because I feel like what is it like 4 in the beginning? I feel like I've just kind of had the 4 characters.
Yeah,
an archer, a healer, a mage, an axeman who's pretty much a warrior.
But you can upgrade their stats as well. You can go up to the tent and upgrade their. Like I had my warriors pretty fucking upgraded. Like they could take a lot of hits and they can do. I did
upgrade the warriors twice. The axe, the wood cutters, as they call them.
I'd recommend upgrading your healer as well because you can lower the time it takes for her to heal people, and you can increase how much she heals people every time she does it. So it's very important. One thing I do notice about your healer though is they cannot heal the queen. The queen has a set amount of health.
Right.
She does not get healed. So like, cause I tried that before. I tried to like stand the queen, and then I stood the mage healer guy next to her.
That's what I did, and I died. She died,
and I was trying to heal her, and it wasn't healing her, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I was like, that's a waste of my healer. So I was like, I need to change this up and put the healer in this other area where the soldiers are, so she could actually heal the soldiers instead of the fucking queen. But there's also like little paths though where like you can sometimes choose which path you want to take. So it'll tell you like you're at a fork. Do you want to go left or do you want to go right? And once you lock into that path, you have to proceed in that path. Now there's advantages and disadvantages to each path. Sometimes the path will have like these like platforms where if the queen stands on that platform at night, she'll spawn in by being the queen. She has like the magical powers or whatever. You can spawn in like these spirit things or whatever that fly around her, and they also protect her. So like it's kind of like extra protection for her. You know what I mean? She also has other abilities where like if you go down the left gate, you might have like these little things you can have like this guy called he's called the carpenter. You can have him build like defenses up like these little gates that'll slow down the enemies and shit like platforms where the archers can stand on top of these platforms and shoot from a higher elevation, which means they can shoot further out.
Yeah, some of those defenses, it's like a predetermined thing. It kind of reminds me of a volleyball net.
Yeah. It looks like a colorful ass volleyball net. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, fucking great game. I fucking love this game. So highly recommend it, and I'm fucking glad it's on Game Pass. But even that, if it wasn't on Game Pass, I would totally buy it. And even then, I'm still thinking about buying it on Steam. So
I think it's only $40, right?
$50.
50, okay. Yeah, definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it, I think. Besides all that, though, I did end up buying a game that I have not tried, but I am so excited to try, and that's called Nobody Wants to Die. No, this is like a cyberpunk detective type game, Gunny. So you are a detective in a cyberpunk world. Now, I'm excited to try this. I've read the reviews. I've looked at things. Very short game. People are saying this game is only like 6 hours long. But if you like a detective style noir game, but you want it set in like cyberpunk, this is the game you want to play. So you are playing a detective. You're trying to figure out who this serial killer is because he's killing all the elite in the city, and your job is to find out who the fuck this guy is and stop him. You know what I mean? It's not a shooter. You're a detective. You're just trying to find clues and like shit like that. But it's set. The world, the styling of this game looks so beautiful. It's set like in cyberpunk, but like it's like a movie, dude. It looks so fucking good. So I'm excited to try it. I did buy it, but I haven't launched it yet because I've been playing other shit like Helldivers, and I just been consumed by that crap. But but yeah, I look forward to playing it. Besides that, though, Gunny, I did launch Starship Troopers again.
Okay, I haven't played that in a while.
I kind of wanted to see where the status is of this game. You know, it's this game. Oh, maybe Starship Troopers is the one that's coming out in 1.0. Maybe it's not 6 Days in Fallujah. I don't fucking know which one it is. I might be wrong. I might be that. It might be that I confused the two. It might be Starship Troopers that's coming out this fall at 1.0. Anyways, the game has changed a fucking lot. All right, the bugs. There's still a lot of fucking bugs on the map. There's a lot of modes now. There's the arc mode. There's the base building mode. There's the capture territory mode. There's a destroy the nest mode, and another shit. There's new characters they added, new weapons, and they've also announced that what's his name? I don't know his name, the actor's name, but the guy who plays Joe Rico or whatever in the fucking movie, right?
Yes,
the guy who plays Rico, right? The main guy. Apparently, he's in the fucking game.
Okay,
like somehow,
I did read an article about that.
Somehow they were able to like persuade him to join the fucking game, and like he's gonna be like the general guy in the main game when it comes out, like in 1.0. He's the general that gives you all your orders. So yeah, he's gonna be the general who commands the troops when 1.0 releases. So yeah, there's that.
That's Casper Van Dien.
Yeah,
that's his name.
He's the main guy, I think. So yeah, they got him, I think, because it said like, oh, General Rico will be commanding you guys during the drop or something, and it's like, what the fuck, General Rico? But yeah, that looks cool,
Rico!
Man. So yeah, I've been playing some of that. I've also played some of that body cam game.
How is that?
It looks really fucking good. It's hard though, man. It's think of Counter-Strike, but with like no HUD, no nothing, and either playing team deathmatch or you're playing plant the bomb. So it's just like Counter Strike. It's 5 versus 5, I think. I don't think there's more than that. I think it's 5 versus 5. And these different little maps. So one's like in the forest, one's in a house, one's in like a rundown, like a building in Russia, like some old rundown abandoned fucking building in Russia. And some other one that's like maybe a warehouse. Or no, it's like a paintball course, but like it's all wooden. It's like a training facility or something. It looks like a military training facility, that's what it looks like. And so yeah, their objectives are plant the bomb, defuse the bomb, or team deathmatch. And plant the bomb, it's not really like you don't have to plant the bomb anywhere. Like there's no set point where you plant the bomb. As the bombers, you just plant the bomb wherever you want. No matter, you can even plant it at your spawn. And the objective of the defenders is to try to get in there and kill everyone and then defuse the bomb. If you kill everyone but don't defuse the bomb, then it's game over. The one thing that this game does have, when you die, but then you spawn as a drone and you can fly around as a drone and you have a flashlight on your drone and you can see like you're just flying around a drone with a flashlight. But the cool thing is you can talk shit to anyone. Like as you're talking, anyone in the match can hear you. It's proximity chat. So like even if you're in the match and you're alive, if you're talking, the enemy can hear you talk and you can hear them talking. So it's kind of funny the way the game plays out sometimes, because you'll be so you're like the last one left alive on your team and there's one more guy left on the other team. So you'll have like fucking 5 drones flying around your head just talking shit to you. Like, you fucking stupid, you suck. He's behind you. Hey, you dumbass. You fucking trash. You turn around, you dumbass. You're not going to be able to do it. You can't find the bomb. You can't defuse it in time, you dumbass. You don't know how to do it. It's like, yeah, well, these people talking shit to you. It's fucking kind of funny. It reminds me of Hellblade. Like in real life with real people. Like, just all these people shit talking you. And yeah. Gotta say though, the game looks pretty fucking realistic at times. Mechanics are kind of jarring though in the beginning. Like it's kind of like the perspective is from like your chest. It's not from like your head. So like think of like a body cam. That's why it's called body cam, right?
Okay, yeah, right. Hence the name.
It's from your fucking chest. So when you spawn, you can see the gun. You can see the guy holding the gun, but it looks like the perspective of somebody's chest. And then when you aim, you can see like down the sides, kind of. It's just really weird the way it looks.
Looks like one of those police videos, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Kind of jogging. Yeah.
And you kind of got to get used to it. So yeah, but like this game is very hard in terms of like one shot can kill you. Like if someone is just really good at hiding and they're hiding in the middle of some bush or something, or like a tree or in the darkness, and you're running around the map like a dumbass, run out in the open of the moonlight in the forest, and they spot you and they shoot you in the chest or right in the neck or something, your guy goes down. You're not getting back up. The guy goes down and you're like, fucking all bleeding the fuck out, making some weird ass death noises, and then you're done. You're a drone now. So yeah, that's kind of the way that goes.
Yeah, I always thought that game was going to come out like, oh, it's a VR only game, is what I thought it was going to be.
Kind of crazy that this game was made by 2 brothers. I'm very impressed with what they made, being that it was only 2 people that made what they made. Because they had like 4 maps at launch. There's like an oil rig, the forest, the military training thing, the Russian rundown apartment building, and then like a house level. Like just a house. Like there's a front yard, a backyard, and there's a house in the middle. And like they're really kind of okay done levels in terms of like the way they're laid out. They're very Call of Duty like, so they have like 3 or 4 lanes, you know what I mean? They're very, I would say, Counter-Strike-ish maps where there's so many lanes you can go down, you know what I mean? Like so many areas you can go down. You go on the left, the right, the middle. You kind of have to choose, right? Very Counter-Strike-ish and very, like you could tell these guys play probably a lot of Counter-Strike, I would say. It has to be that they play a lot of Counter-Strike. But yeah, kind of a cool game. I'm kind of excited to see what they end up going forward. I think the last announcement they had was that they got, oh yeah, like I said, they got new people in their studio.
Nice.
They grew their team, right? And if you're looking for a job, you can go to their Discord and apply, and they will interview you, I guess, if you're looking for a job. So yeah, they also said they're looking for a general manager to handle the administrative side of the studio, and some anti-cheat people that know how to work anti-cheat systems, and they're also saying they're making a zombie mode for Halloween.
Oh, sweet.
That'd be
Play
cool.
that.
Like, the graphics in this game are insane, so I could see how scary a zombie mode could be in this fucking game, dude. Oh man, like that could be terrifying if like they get the graphics down correctly. Like, it'll be terrifying. The weird part about this game, though, that none of the characters, man, like, so like when you look at a character like an enemy, you see their body. It looks like a person. The weird thing they did in this game is that the head, like the head part, either on your character or even on the enemies, it's pixelized. So if you ever see like a video, like a security cam footage or something, they're showing someone get shot by the police or someone got shot or something, and so they kind of like blur out, like they kind of like do like the pixelation thing on the head to hide the person's face or whatever. That's what this game does with everyone.
Is that just their graphical limitations, do you think? Or was that on purpose?
I have no clue. Like, maybe it was done on purpose for graphical limitations to like say, we don't want to model people's faces, you know?
Oh, yeah. Or we didn't have models for faces, or
or something.
At launch.
Like, or maybe it's just the way the game is designed. You know, like, we want to keep it vague of who you're shooting. Like, we don't want to make it seem like you're shooting a woman or a man or whatever, or a black man or a brown man or whatever, you know, like, or a white man. We don't want to make it like seem like anyone, you know what I mean? Like, it's just,
we got to be woke approved, man. No, I don't know. Yeah.
I wonder what it is, because all the terrorists, they all look like, they think you can have a female and a male body. You can customize your character. You can customize what your character wears. So you can customize their shirt, their pants, their shorts. If they're wearing a t-shirt, if they're wearing the combat gear, if they're wearing boots, sneakers, whatever, you can customize all that. But like the head, it's weird. Like, there's no head. Like, it's just like it's just a box, pixelized head. Like I said, I don't know what the limitations are there. I don't know if, like, it's like you said, maybe they didn't have any fucking models for it's two people making the fucking game, Gunny. Okay.
Yeah. What didn't have time to like make a face and then offend somebody and say, "That's my brother."
Man, that looks like me,
I'm
man.
suing you guys. Yeah.
Why the fuck? They don't want the Florida Joker to come after them and say that.
You got my face off of Google, didn't you?
Yeah, the fucking Florida Joker coming after them. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Yeah, maybe they need some AI people in there too that knows a little AI that can create some character models.
Yeah, there's but like I said, every match you start, like every match, every round, even in a match, because there's like, I think there's 5 rounds in a match. You know, best out of 5 wins. So whoever wins 3 rounds out of the 5 wins the match. Every round is different. So like sometimes you'll spawn one like a sniper rifle. Sometimes you spawn with the machine gun. Sometimes you spawn with the rifle. Sometimes you spawn with the shotgun. And like, you do have a sidearm, which is like a little pistol. And each gun has a flashlight, and that's it. Like, they all have flashlights, and that's it. And the flashlights are pretty fucking blinding, but they're also very like easy to spot. Like, if you're hiding in the forest and you're in the tree line where it's shadowy and you're just laying down and you're waiting for someone to come by and you're not moving and they have a fucking flashlight on, you're going to spot them pretty easily. The cool thing about this game, though, it does a really good job of also like showing and hinting where the people are firing from. So like, say someone is hiding in the bush, right, Gunny, and you're walking around the open and you start getting shot at, you'll hear the bullets whiz by you. If they miss you, you can hear the bullets whizzing by. You can also like get a sense of direction of where the shot is coming from. And you can kind of, if you glance over that way, and they keep firing towards you, you can see the muzzle flash. So you can see the forest just lighting up because you can see the muzzle flash of the fucking gun being fired at you. And I think that's a really neat little touch. A lot of games don't have the muzzle flash, man.
No.
I don't think Call of Duty does. I mean,
yes. Hell Let Loose, I don't think has it either that I remember.
The game does have like really good like lighting in that terms of like the lighting is kind of insane in the game. The muzzle flashing, is really insanely like bright sometimes. Like if you're in a room with like 4 guys shooting at each other, that shit is bright as fuck in there, dude. And yeah, and there's also like there is grenades and there's flashbangs and there's all that type of shit too. Your characters, like I said, everyone comes equipped with the same type of gun. So like if you're in a round and you have a shotgun, well, guess what? The other team has a shotgun. And if you have a flashbang, they have a flashbang. If you have a grenade, they have a fucking grenade. So there's never like a disadvantage of like, oh, you're fucking using the fucking sniper rifle level 50. You fucking loser. You fucking no life. You fucking sweat. Like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Like everyone has the same shit. Everyone has the same shit. You know, just some people may know the map better than you. That's about the one advantage you can get over someone is learning the maps over them.
Go
And
back
that
and play
just-
Rainbow Six.
And learning the map just takes time, right? It just takes time playing the game. Like, that's all it is. But yeah, no, that's really all I played, Gunny. I've been looking
All right.
forward
Yeah.
to. I'm gonna buy the football game.
Oh, the college 2025.
Yeah, I'm buying that on the PlayStation.
I walked into Costco today and I saw, well, you know how they have them in like the cardboard thing, and it was just chocked full of those and PS5 bundles, like right next to it. So, and if you heard the show last week, I was talking about how many copies how many people were playing, which is insane. And, you know, I saw the Series S's were just being sold out. And I'm sure a lot of PS5s were sold as well.
Well, you know why?
Why is that?
Because people thought that this game was going to come to the Xbox One X and the PS4.
Oh, that makes sense now.
It didn't. And it fucking didn't. It was only a next gen title. And people are like, what the fuck? This is only next gen. I want to play college football. Oh, sorry, bro. You got to get a PS5 or a fucking Xbox Series S or X.
Yeah. And I'm sure I would say people on PC that are not in the know like us, that I think even them, they were like, what the fuck? It's not on Steam. What's going on? Why isn't it here? Yeah, because it's a sports game and PCs are for geeks, okay? If you want to play sports games, you got to get a console.
Is it not on the PC on the Origin?
I don't know about Origin. No, I believe it's not. Didn't I read that from the article last week? But I kind of had a feeling like that's...
No, it's not.
Do they normally put Madden games on PC?
They have for the last 4 or 5 years now. But
okay.
No,
well, I know that
this is not...
MLB The Show, I know, is not on PC. And they wouldn't let Phil put it on Game Pass PC, if I'm not mistaken.
This game was wanted by a lot of people, dude. Did you know this, Gunny? I'll give you a little fact here. Last week, when the game had the early access period, where if you bought the $100 edition of the game, all right, so you could play it 3 days early before everyone else. If you bought it during this period and you were playing it, you were one of over 600,000 people online playing this fucking game. That was higher than Helldivers 2 and Baldur's Gate 3, dude. 600,000 people were online at once playing this.
Wow.
I can imagine the player count now.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, so the only way to play like MLB The Show, I'm just looking at that one, for example, is just through the cloud on PC. So yeah, it's not exactly available. A lot of sports games aren't, right? We've talked about that before. Because PCs are for geeks.
And EA announced that EA Sports College Football, NCAA or whatever, has over 14,000 players who opted in to have their likeness in the game. So when you're playing at a certain college, you will see that player's jersey and his name on the jersey and his likeness in the game. And they say this is up 11,000 players from the last time they reported that they had 3,000 people that signed up for it. And they said that each player that signed up received $600 and a copy of the game.
Yeah,
hey,
it's kind of in line with the NCAA, if I'm not mistaken. Because I was listening to one of the players on a podcast probably like 6 months ago, talking about this game coming out and how he's only gonna make the $600, but he's like, so maybe, I could get on the front cover or somebody will recognize me and I could become famous, or I don't know. It's just a lot of satire, but yeah. Right? Their hopes and dreams is to become in the NFL, so might as well just throw in a half month's rent on it.
It's crazy because they're saying that Some people did opt out of the game, like some big players in the college leagues or whatever opt out of the game. But they're saying like some of these players may get patched in because they might regret not being in the game when all their buddies are in the game. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everyone's in the game but you know, like what the fuck, dude? You know, like so we'll see. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, that's exciting. Like I said, I ended up going to the store the other day. I bought a gift card for PlayStation so I can put more money on my account and buy it. So I'll be doing that. I did notice though that the on PS5 at least, I mean maybe on Xbox as well. There is a bundle if you like. I guess if you like football games, you can buy Madden 25, which is the new Madden or whatever coming out this year, and this game together, and you get the Ultimate Editions if you pay $110 or something, or $120. So I guess if you pay regular price for both games, or a little bit less than regular price for both games, you get the Ultimate Editions of both games. So yeah, you get the Madden NFL 25 Ultimate Edition, and then you get the NCAA Ultimate Edition as well.
Okay, that's a good deal.
Which both come together, and they come with 3-day early access for release, and they came with like what else? Like the tokens that you use for the online multiplayer, you know, like to buy players or whatever.
Yes.
The card packs or whatever the fuck they have. I think in this game they have tokens. I think in Madden they have card packs. I don't know. I don't know how it is, but yeah, they have that in this game. But I look forward, man. I look forward to playing it, trying it, and checking it out. So
yeah, I hear it's really good. Got great scores.
Yeah, people are saying it's really fucking good. Like a lot of the they got a lot of the big schools. They got like their whatever their fucking battle songs are or whatever, like their fight songs, and they got their like the things that the crowds do, like whatever fucking cheering the crowd, like you know whatever special taunting and fucking cheering the crowd does. They got that, and I heard that the in terms of the game itself, when you're on the field and you look over to the sidelines and stuff, it looks like a real college game. They're saying like you have people over there, like you can see the coach looking at you. When you're calling audibles, you can look over to the side and you can see like the coaches holding up like different cards, you know, like saying like, hey, switch over to this fucking play, switch over to that play, you know, do this, do that. You know, you can see like the call signs that the coaches are giving to the players and shit. I'm like, oh, that's pretty crazy. Like they got all this detail in the game. So looks like maybe EA is actually trying, Gunny.
Yeah, and as far as I know, from what I heard I think obviously on console, that there is still like a 10-hour free trial on the EA Game Pass.
Yep.
Through Xbox.
Yep. Even on PS5 if you have the EA Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
EA Access on there as well.
Get on it, people. Anyways, Gunny, real quick, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Let's see. You know, I talked about it last week about like checking out No Man's Sky, and there's an update. I forgot what the update was called, but I was watching a streamer this weekend, and of course, it's only on Steam for whatever this new content update. I wouldn't say content, but it's more for bugs and fixes, and the water looks nicer and stuff. But of course, I'm not going to buy it on Steam. I already have it on PC Game Pass. I've got it on the console. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually owned the darn thing as well. I probably bought it over the last 5 years. But yeah, I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to play it on a 4K TV with brighter colors. Mm-hmm. And, just started a new character. And I was talking with Ghost Nico last night. We were in a call together, and he was kind of helping me through, like how to get that character going. Because I noticed the last time I kind of logged in was like, oh, you've got a save from 2022 or whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll probably be lost. So just delete that one, start a new one. And, it's a lot of, I'm sure a lot of people have already played this and heard about it, just, collecting and crafting and and shit like that. So, but I'm back getting the hang of it again, and, building my little base at the first planet that you're in, and I got my ship up and running. I was telling Ghost Nico, like, this game is like Minecraft, except it's more of a sci-fi space edition Minecraft without the blocks. Like, that's what this is, right? Collect the resources, gather them, craft them, so it's cool. Like, I played it till I started to fall asleep last night. So it definitely got its hooks in me pretty good. Like,
Nice.
yeah, I'll definitely go back and keep it installed. I want to keep it fresh and progress, see how far I can take this game. And yeah, no, I don't have anything in front of me right now that shows like a release for any latest patches and stuff for the console side of things. So yeah, the latest is all on Steam. If you own it on there, it's better. So because I know over on PC, Xbox Game Pass for PC, like it's just going to be a console version. So yeah, those will just all come together, and I'm sure the same date will be for the PS4 and the PS5. But that makes me wonder, like, so what about the PS4 and the Xbox One? I'm sure they'll get something, but maybe not like, for the PS5 enhanced and Xbox SNS style type version. So that just means y'all need to upgrade over to XNS and PS5. So next I played Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. Did you see this, Jesus, on Game Pass?
I heard it runs like shit on the PC though.
Yeah, it seems to be running good. I'm playing it again on console. I downloaded it too on this PC, my 1070 Ti, but like I would say like the HDR works really well. Like it's definitely got that brightness to it with HDR, but the game feels dark to me. Like I even had to turn the contrast on the TV up today. I'm like, it's just dark, just a dark game. So, but you are in like not a wasteland, but more of a war-torn, city that looks like it's from the 17th century or something.
Okay.
But yeah, so you are this female protagonist. She's black, and I forgot what her name was, but yeah, you're just like, you're in this army and fighting the undead skeletons and and just kind of progressing forward and till you get to, I wouldn't even say it's really more of a base. It's more like everything's kind of a tutorial in the beginning of, just how to use the weapon. And really it's just like this axe that you get or that you already have. And it's just your, kind of your basic axe, and on a controller, it's RB. And so the way they describe this game is, some are saying like, oh, it's Souls-like or whatever, kind of a semi open world Souls-like. But I think the developer calls it a Souls-light. And I would agree with that. Because it's the only Souls-like thing that I really found was that, where like an Elden Ring, you're going to get like a site of grace, or, a regular Soulsborne game would be like a bonfire, where this is more of a, I wouldn't call it a shrine. I forgot what they call them in the game, but that's kind of where you would rest, and, that's where you'll respawn if you die at the nearest one. And, and that's where you can upgrade your skill points as well. And they're not very far apart, I would think, from where you probably died in the beginning, since it's kind of semi-open world. So it's not these large open landscapes or anything. It's a little bit linear. You only got a couple paths to kind of move around. But as far as combat goes, I would say it's more of that, almost like a God of War, but not as fun. That's a good way to describe it. You can't throw your axe. And you're kind of facing maybe one or two enemies at once. I think the most I've ever faced was like 4, just playing like 2 hours into the game. And they are quick too. So maybe it is like that difficult Souls style that people are talking about, where, yeah, you can press LB when the enemy goes to strike, but just like in God of War, like if it kind of turns red, it's got that red dot, and he's kind of like gearing up to come after you, like you're gonna have to dodge out of the way for that strike. And yeah, but then boom, like the enemy might just strike, and I'm like, I'm just not quick enough on the dodge or the LB to fucking parry the strike or whatever. So always taking damage, and you only got like, so far I've only got like 3 of the health potions, and I've died a couple times, but then I've gone back and just kind of laid waste to the enemy as well. So I found that like, fuck it, I'm just going to go in and just start wailing on the enemy to begin with. And that seemed to work for the most part. Like, oh shit, they're telling me that this like soldier in armor, who's got like a fucking shield or whatever, like, oh, he's got, the tutorial's like, he's got a shield and you got to wear it down or whatever, and because there is no, in this game, as far as like starting off, there's no like, light attack or heavy attack. It's just kind of RB. And yeah, you can jump and dodge out of the way and do a jumping attack. But yeah, so far I found that that's kind of my strategy. I'll just kind of run up and wail on them a few times, and then just immediately just jump out of the way. Like that seems to be how kind of how I'm playing the game. But yeah, I kind of gave up after a little bit. I'm like, after 4 enemies came at me, I'm like, shit, they keep killing me. Like, I've only upgraded the axe one time, and that's a little generic. Like, like, oh, you just get this other axe. It looks like the same one you had. The other negative is like, hey, you've reached a kind of a checkpoint, and we call it the coffee shop. And yeah, there's like a character in there, something you'd see out of like an Elden Ring style type thing, but not as pretty, of course. This is more of a AA game. And what is it there? Oh, you can buy, armor and upgrades and, talk to some of your other AI companions, regarding anything story-like. And so then I'm there and it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, let me go to the shop, to see what they have. And the freaking vendor's got like 4 shirts, and they're all 500 coins a piece, and they all look alike, and they're just a little slightly different in color. I'm like, really? Really? I've got 1,800 coins, and that's all you fucking offer me? Like, I get it.
Cool shit, bro.
But Jesus, where's the carrot on the stick, right? Where's that? Like, oh, let me see. Oh, there's a charm I can wear or something, like give me a fucking, cool fucking helmet or something, or maybe a chest piece. I don't know. I'm not looking to cover up her face or anything like that, but yeah,
cool shit, bro.
Yeah, I was like, are you serious with this generic crap? Get out of here. I'll still pick away at it, see how far I can get into it. Thankfully, it's on the Game Pass, and yeah, so yeah, but that's Flintlock Siege of Dawn. Oh, and I forgot to mention too that kind of partway into the game, you'll meet this. I want to say it's a fox. You meet this magic fox, and he or she is just kind of there to. Who's a talking fox, by the way. To kind of guide you along the way. And I did upgrade a skill point with the fox where something like where I bound it to the letter Y on the controller. Like, I don't know, but it just seems like when I'm in the combat, and it does have a thing where, oh yeah, once the meter fills up, and then you can press Y and LB at the same time to kind of use your super, kind of like a Destiny style type thing where it's more that slam on the ground, and the enemy takes a lot of damage, or enemies if they're within that range. And yeah, that's cool. But I'm like, wait, where's the skill point that I used for the fox? And he doesn't seem to be around when I'm fighting in combat. I have no freaking clue where he's at. So kind of unhelpful in that sense. Yeah, I don't see him distracting the enemy or doing anything. So maybe I'm playing the game wrong, but I'll pick away at it, and I'll have more to talk about it probably next week. Other game I bought, which was on sale. So, check this out. So I don't know what happened was when Microsoft had I don't know if Xbox was down completely, but whatever day that was, it could have been Tuesday or I don't know, Thursday. I think it was Thursday, right? That the CloudStrike thing happened, and and that affected Microsoft, of course. So I didn't know it. I wasn't paying attention to the news on that, and I was wondering why my Xbox was acting up. And I'm like, oh, I got my $10 coupon. I can buy RoboCop. It's $30. I can get it for $20. Perfect. I always wanted to get that game. Go to buy it, and it's just like, oops, something went wrong. Which would show up on the console. And then I was like, the hell's going on? I think I messaged Ryan. He goes, yeah, it's been like that tonight. And I was like, oh, okay, it's been acting up. Xbox Live is funny again, like last week. Well, at least Xbox Live is working, but I was able to purchase it and downloaded it, started playing it. And then fast forward to the next day, like I get the email, and I got to check my account just because it said $20 was refunded into your account. And I was like, huh? Oh, this must be the CloudStrike thing, because it was supposed to charge me $20, not give me $20 back. So, but either way, hey, if I got a free game, I got a free game. Why not? I'm not going to say nothing, You owe me, Microsoft. For your screw ups in Xbox Live being down. Yeah, but backing up to that, yeah, I still have it. It still works fine. And I've been picking away at that slowly, just kind of like, using my time wisely between all these different games. And one of the things that Ghost Eagle was telling me that it's the original actor from the first 2 RoboCops. And I was like, okay, it does sound exactly like him. And also with the female cop, I forgot her name, but she's also in there, but it's not her voice, right? But obviously it looks like her. And who else? Oh, the captain at the police station, right? Like hey, that's the guy, right? That's the guy from the first movie. And even the guy in the front, the black guy with the thick mustache, he's there too. I didn't research to see who they might have brought in from, the OG fucking RoboCops or whatever, but certainly it's there. Everything's from the movie. And but as far as so combat in the game, mission style type stuff, it's okay so far. Shooting is good. I like how when you played this, Jesus, so I like how when you're shooting at an enemy and they're just kind of bullet spongy, but then when you kind of line up that headshot, I feel like they, when you're looking down sights, like they just explode, like this blood just explodes everywhere. It's like that's not really what's happening, right? But it looks like it, right? When you get that fucking perfect headshot and you watch, and it's just got that sound of squish to it, It's like, oh, cool, that's really satisfying to watch. I don't know. I don't think we had RoboCop doesn't have any grenades or anything. He just kind of has that handgun, and I guess whatever else an enemy drops, you can pick up as well. Maybe an annoying thing with that is if you do pick up another 9mm or fucking Uzi or whatever, it only has that certain amount of bullets to it. I don't think it adds to it as you walk over other ammo of the same style. I don't believe it does. So it's oh, you have to, if that weapon is down, you'll have to pick up another one, or you don't have to. You could just kind of keep your OG RoboCop pistol and blow the dudes away. So far, Jesus, I've just kind of done the beginning missions of where it's okay, go to the arcade, kind of after the briefing, and you go to an arcade, you're watching these, I don't know, I guess they're kids, right? Not super young kids or whatever. To me, they all seem like they're 18. I guess that's how they modeled them. And you're kind of there to investigate some shit, and you're looking at all the different fucking cabinets and talking to the kids, and of course you find a kid that doing drugs or whatever. All right, I know that they're doing drugs down in the basement, or that's where the manager went, because he even says you don't have a warrant in here, RoboCop. You can't come down in the basement, haha, right? Even though you knock on the door, and you're fuck it. You, of course, you go over there. You're knock on the door again. Yeah, I got a warrant this time. Bullshit, right? You just kick the fucking door down. The guy goes flying and ragdoll, and it just dies. And just go down, and you just waste everybody. It's I thought honestly, Jesus, that surprised me, because I thought, oh, maybe this is going to be where I actually go down and interrogate the manager and whoever else is down there, right? I'm just going to go down there, have a nice little talk, and threaten them with my big muscular metal figure, and scare the shit out of them, and maybe throw some cuffs on them. But it's just go down there and fucking waste the scumbags.
Nice.
Yeah, I was hell yeah, kill them all. Selling drugs to kids, you're all gonna die. And just some of the side missions I did were, all right, there was a stolen car, and and then you got to go talk to the guy who's running the shop, and then there's a scared kid who didn't want to steal the car in the beginning, and you kind of get a choice at the end of that side mission of where he's I'm gonna go back to juvie. I don't want to go back to juvie. What are we gonna do? And of course I chose I don't think there's any right or wrong choice in the matter, as far as I know, because I was fine, you can take that car that you stole back to its rightful owner. That's cool, go ahead, right? And I assume you're just not charging them, and you kind of got there's some heart in there, right? From, what was his name, Alex, RoboCop? I think that's what it was. Yeah, his name was Alex. I think it was Alex
Murphy, right?
Murphy, yeah. And
Alex Murphy,
that's it. Holy cow, it's been a while. And he's take it back, and then it says that you serve the public, right? Because you're there to uphold the law and serve the public.
You upheld the law. Yeah, I played that game on I have it on the PS5, and it's a pretty cool, good game. I think as far as I got was the fourth mission, maybe. I know I did one where I went to some fucking junkyard or something, and there's a bunch of bikers, and I fucked them all up, and then I had a glitch, and then I fucked them all up again, and then I fought the T100 or T600, whatever the fuck that thing is called, the fucking other robot in the movie.
Doesn't it have tracks on it? That robot? I can't remember from the movie.
No, it walks on two legs or whatever. It's just like a. It almost looks like a. It looks like
a Terminator. Oh wow, I don't remember that.
No, it looks like an or something.
Okay. Yeah, it's
like
been so long since I've watched those movies.
Yeah, it looks like a. Was it the one that has the two legs on Star Wars that walk around and shoot things like the stormtroopers have?
Yeah, I want to say it's an
it looks like that, but it looks like a hobo version of that, and it fucks with you, it fights you, and then so I took that out, and then I went back outside. There was a bunch of snipers. I took them out, and then I don't know what else I did, but I think that's as far as I got. So when I was playing there, the game had first come out, and there was it was rough, but I bet now it's been patched and it's probably running good.
It was buggy at launch. I remember watching that on Twitch, but no, I haven't had no crashes or anything. So it looks like it's running really well. The other thing is I like it, because everything's kind of like close quarters. You come into a room and lots of incendiaries, always incendiaries, just kind of laying around an office, right? Yeah. Like along with fire extinguishers. So it's cool. Like if you just kind of go in and just, I wouldn't say blind shoot, but you just start shooting, like, and you're bound to set off one of those things, and boom, like fucking guy goes ragdolled across the room. Papers are flying. It's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
definitely reminds me of an 80s, late 80s movie style.
80s as fuck.
Yeah, good stuff. Let's see what else. Anything else here besides those? Just more Project Zomboid.
Nice.
Just picking away at it. Got my good mods back. I'm back at it again, doing my thing. So I've been taking a break from Elden Ring. I feel like I talked about it last week, Jesus, where I'm like, okay, I feel like maybe it sucks the life out of me or something, where I'll play it for 3 fucking days straight or whatever, and it's like, okay, I can't touch this game for another week or whatever. Like, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I feel like it really requires a lot of time, maybe, or that must be what it is, where I feel like every time I watch a video, it's like, oh, that's where I can get that orb. Oh, okay. Oh shoot, do I really want to go back? And because I know if I go play the game, then I'll want to play it for like 4 hours, or 5 hours. Like, okay, I want to play other things. Not just this one game. So yeah, definitely a time sink. So, but that's all I've been playing.
Nice. Well, real quick, Gunny, I forgot to mention a game that I did play that just went right over my fucking head, I guess. But that was Norland. This is a game that just came out on early access. It's on PC, and the graphics are like think of Stardew Valley or something like that, right? Like top down, little pixel graphic. Not really pixel, but like top down little shitty graphics. But the gameplay and the game itself, it's fucking amazing. I am having a fucking blast with it. Now, Norland is pretty much I want to say, if it's an Empire simulator or something like that, not 100% sure what it is. I think it's like something like that. I would put it something like can I just get mine on the PC? Fucking the medieval one, or whatever, the one that's on Game Pass, Manor Lord, something like that, but more top down, in the like Stardew Valley style. Anyways, the game itself starts off with you picking a type of, you can pick you set your parameters for your world, for the map that you're playing as, the family you're playing as, and there's different races. So there's like forget the races, but there's about 4 different types of races that you can play as. And you start off on this empire that has been, apparently the empire was destroyed, and now all these different lords have different territories, and you can pick the territory you start in. Once you pick the territory you start in, you start building whatever, like your kingdom. And you are a king, so you're the king of your little kingdom, and you are pretty much what you're doing is you are trying to survive and complete your task as a king and continue your dynasty. All right. So the problem here, Gunny, was I have a king, right? And I was actually doing really good in this playthrough. I had a king. He was, a young king at first. He was like 25 or something, 23. But your king does age. So like as the game goes on, like it'll go day by day. And so many days, it becomes like a year or something, and then your king ages up, and then you get a little bit older, then you get a little bit older. But you can teach your king, like there's knowledge you can learn in the library. You can buy these books from the vendor, the trader guy that shows up. He's a trader from the church. And he shows up, and you can buy like either supplies from him or books that give you knowledge. And these books, you can learn them. But to learn them, it takes time, right? Like your character has to have a certain intelligence. And they have to sit in a library and spend time reading a book. And after so many days or whatever, so many years, they'll read this book and they'll learn the knowledge of like how to make a fucking pig farm, how to make a tool maker, how to make a coal thing or whatever, how to make a rye field, how to make a wheat field, how to make flour. Like you learn all these different things, and as you learn these different things, you can build and craft more stuff to make your kingdom more powerful, etc. Right, Gunny? For the longest time, King Peribor, okay, first of his name, Gunny, okay, we lived in peace, right? We had about like 50 people in our kingdom that like peasants that moved in, migrants and shit, and we're just chilling. Everyone's living their life. We have an army, okay, everything's cool. We have about 10 soldiers, 10 warriors or whatever, right? So after like so many years, I marry off my brother to one of the princesses from the kingdom on my left side. I forget their name, but he marries her and he's happy now, right? And then I make him an army, like I make him become the leader of the army, and I send him off to fight these bandits in that kingdom where he married this princess. And he takes off with my army, he goes over there, he defeats them, and he's coming back to my city, right? You can see him on the main map, because you can zoom out to the main map where it shows all the kingdoms and all the alliances and shit going on. And he's coming back to my kingdom, right? He's coming back. He defeated these bandits. Nobody got hurt. We took a prisoner or whatever. And then the kingdom to our north, right? The other kingdom that's above this one, they send me like a messenger, and they're like, "Hey, we need help." And I'm like, "What do you need help with?" And they're like, "Well, we're about to be attacked, and we're asking you for help. Can you please send any help that you can send?" So I thought to myself, Gunny, well, my brother, I think his name is Veligor. I'm like, Veligor is on his way back to our kingdom with my army. Why don't I just send a messenger to him and then have him go north and just have him go to that kingdom and help them with whatever they're dealing with, right? So he gets the message, he goes north, and then I get the message from the king in the north, and he says, "Hey, your army has arrived. We appreciate the help. They will stay here for 3 days or until we get attacked by this enemy that we're going to face." Cool, man. I'm chilling, right? Everything's going good in my kingdom. And what happens, Gunny? I get a fucking message like 2 days later that my brother is a coward. Okay? Okay? I get a fucking message that my brother is now known as the coward because apparently this fucking army showed up that was like 10 times the size of the army that we had combined with me and this guy, right? This other king. And this army showed up and fucked us all up. Okay? During the battle, apparently my brother fled and no one knows where he went. My whole army died. I think I sent 10 archers or 10 warriors with him or something. Everyone died and he's gone. No one knows where he's at. And it's like, okay, so his wife is back in my kingdom. She's all sad because he's fucking gone. Then I get a message from some other king, like, I don't know, fucking 4 days later or something, that he was captured by the enemy. Ooh. And they took him hostage. I don't even know where this kingdom is at on the map, Gunny. So I'm like, I can't rescue him. So my brother's forever imprisoned by this enemy that I have no idea how to get him back from. So now I'm fucked. And then my kid grows up and she's like trying to take over the kingdom. Then my wife, who was the spouse of the king or whatever, Peribor, who was the main character I'm playing as, his wife, Loda or whatever her name was, fucking cheats on him with the priest from the church. okay, this priest that showed up, that's like supposed to be this high and mighty priest from the church that's trying to fucking keep everything in line, make sure I'm following the rules of the church or whatever. And he bangs the dude's wife. Okay. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So I end up punishing her, right? Because she says that she fell in love with that guy or whatever, that they're in love. So I punish her, right? And I make her wear the mask of shame, Gunny. So she's walking around the city.
Shame.
Everyone's everyone's beating her up and shit. She's walking around the city. All right. So my king's pissed off. He's pissed. He's like, he thinks his wife is cheating on him. So then I execute her, right? I fucking chop her head off.
Whoa.
I'm like, this isn't enough, Gunny. This punishment is not enough. We're chopping your head off. So my king chops her head off. Now he has no spouse. Now he's really lonely. His daughter grows up. She hates him because he killed his mom. I'm like, fuck it. I don't care. And then we just keep going, right? We just keep living life. Everything's kind of still going. And then I have my brother's wife divorce my brother. And then I have the king marry that lady because we need to continue the family, man. Okay, I don't have my heir to the throne is my daughter, but I have 2 other daughters. I need a male in the family, right? So we're trying to do all this shit. And fucking, I get a call randomly from some lord that says like, hey, man, I have these fucking vagabonds or whatever in my fucking kingdom. I need your help to take him out. I don't see the message, Gunny. I kind of right-click on it because if you right-click on all your messages on the right, it just fucking disregards them. I must have right-clicked this message because next thing you know, I get another message that says, hey, you piece of shit. I asked you for help, and you did not help me when I needed your help. Now prepare to die. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck that meant, but okay. I don't even know who this guy was. I'm like, whatever. I can't disregard the message. I'm like, whatever. I build up a little army. I have like 15 soldiers or 20 soldiers or something. And we're training them up. I passed the crown on to my daughter because my king was getting to be like the age of 56 or something. And he was starting to forget shit. He's becoming like weaker. He's starting to forget shit. He's getting old. You know what I mean? He's about to die, Gunny. We need to pass the crown on before he dies. So we get all this done. And next you know, I'm like, I don't know, so many days into the game at this point, Gunny. I got all my kingdom built up. I think that I'm doing pretty good. And I get the alert that says, hey, this person has raised their banners and they march towards your castle. Prepare your defenses or call for your allies' help. I try to send a messenger to my ally to ask him for help. He just ignores me. He's like, I don't know. I didn't get no message. He ignores me, Gunny, all right? And it says there's a timer that says you have 24 hours before this army shows up at your fucking door. I fucking try to line up my troops. I get them all ready, right? Get them all their archer, their fucking their bows and arrows, their fucking daggers, their armor. Try to get them kitted up. Oh, fuck, Gunny. We've got fucked up, dude. My army did not stand a chance. These people show up with like 50 troops. I have like 20.
Oh, shit.
They just outnumber us like 2-1, dude. And like they just fucking go in there. They kill all my guys like in 10 seconds. My army's defeated. And they're just running around the village, burning everything down in my village, Gunny. Everything. They burn the main hall, the fucking buildings, the peasants' buildings. Every fucking building gets burned down. All the lords get slaughtered. Everyone got fucking slaughtered. And it says, game over. You fucking lost. Everyone's fucking dead. You fucked up. And this game, man, is cool, but it's so fucking hard. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, what I need to do to make my castle become a badass castle. Because there's all these different goals you have to have. So there's like a goal of like increase your population to 80. And like once you do that, it says now try to get the other kingdoms around you to submit to you and like make them your vassal or whatever. So like they owe you gold and they owe you resources.
It's a lot of diplomacy, huh?
There is a lot of diplomacy. Yes, because you cannot. And the problem is, if you don't engage in diplomacy with the other kingdoms, they don't like your king. So when it comes to trading, you cannot trade with them because they will not trade with you because they have no respect for your king.
Is
And
it one
it's
of those
all
games also where you could have declared war on them as well? Like, even though you didn't have the manpower resources?
yes,
Is
yes.
that there too?
You can tell
Like a
them,
Civ
hey,
game?
yes, you can tell them, hey, I give you 10 days to surrender your city to me or prepare to die. And they have 10 days to surrender their whole city to you and say, hey, look, you're now our king. We belong part of your kingdom now. We're yours. And or you can just say, fuck it, I'm gonna go in there and burn the city to the ground. Which is what that kingdom said about my kingdom. They said, fuck it, we're not gonna make them submit to us. We're just gonna burn their city to the ground. And that's what they did. They came in and burned everything to the ground and murdered everyone, dude. So it's kind of like that. Like there's a lot of diplomacy. There's a lot of like, oh, this person has become of age. They need a partner. They need someone to marry. So you can marry them off to your people in your kingdom, your lords. Like if you have a son that's of age, you can marry them to their daughter, which makes their alliance with them. It makes their mood with that kingdom go up, and it makes them respect your kingdom more. Now they kind of have an alliance with you almost, you know what I mean? Because they want to protect their daughter, but they also want to protect themselves. And they got all this shit going on. You can assassinate people, you can hire people to murder people, you can hire like people to go steal gold from other kingdoms. You
Yeah,
can
some Game of
hire
Thrones shit going on here.
yeah, you can hire like you can say, hey, I put a hit out on this fucking lord from this kingdom. I want him dead, and I'll pay 1,000 gold to anyone who does it. So now anyone in the fucking map world can take that contract up and go over there and poison that motherfucker, or fight him, or kill him, and they'll get paid that 1,000 gold. So like yeah, like or you can pick up contracts from other people that want other people killed. You know what I mean? And there's just all kinds of crazy shit like that, dude. Like you can seduce people, you can fucking have sex with random people, you can hire peasants to have sex with them because your characters need they'll have wants and needs, right? They'll be like, I this character needs attention, this character needs a friend, this guy needs food, this guy needs rest, this guy needs knowledge, this guy wants to they want to go hunting, so maybe you should send them out hunting. This guy wants to they need excitement in their life. So maybe you could have them go hunting or go on a war thing or whatever or something. You know what I mean? Like all this crazy shit that like you have to constantly keep managing, dude. On top of that, you have to manage your kingdom and try to keep everyone happy so there's no like murders and vagabonds and people that are in your town. Because they're like, if there's homeless people in your town, the peasants will get mad enough after a while that they'll become like criminals and they'll start robbing people. They'll start trying to murder people and shit like that. They'll try to murder your king. You know what I mean? And your king usually is pretty good about having like a sword on them or a dagger or something to defend themselves. So they're kind of usually pretty good about it. But you can also deploy your army to like patrol the streets. So you can have your army patrolling the streets around where the king sleeps or where all the lords sleep or whatever. Because each lord has their own little house. So you can have like a section of the map where you put your army to protect, that section. So yeah, man, there's all kinds of crazy shit to this game. It's very deep, but it's very fucking good, and I look forward to playing more of it and learning. Like it reminds me of something like Frostpunk, right, or City Skylines, or something where you have to play enough to learn how to play it. Like you
Yeah.
will fail. You will fail countless times. Like Frostpunk, dude. You don't know how many times I failed in Frostpunk, Gunny.
I can imagine. I fail a lot.
Many times. I failed so many times till I finally figured out what I had to do and what I was doing wrong. You know what I mean? Like how many times I had to switch up my strategy thinking, oh, I'm doing it the right way this way. And all of a sudden everything fell apart. That's how this game is. I thought I was doing everything the right way and everything in my kingdom fell apart. So, and the problem with this game is that it's a very slow game, Gunny. Even if you put it like on the fast mode, each day that goes by, it's only a day that's going by, right? And after so many days, like that counts as a year. I think it's maybe 10 or 12 days counts as a year or something like that.
Okay, so the years are short.
Yeah, the years are short, but like with that, also your kids are growing up. And if your kids don't spend time with you, then guess what? They start like it'll say, this kid resents their parents for abandoning them. It's like, well, I didn't abandon them, but like I have a bunch of other shit to do. Like I don't have.
You're the king. Come on.
Yeah, you don't have time to walk around, spend time with your fucking kids. You gotta
Why
like
hire a nanny?
yeah, you gotta command your army. You gotta like, and then each building that has like a worker, right? Like say like the wheat fields and the logging camps and the the breweries and all that shit, or the tool making shop, the armor making shop. All these places have to have a manager assigned to them, and a manager can only be a lord. So if you only have 3 lords in your kingdom that are of age or whatever, right, that are in your kingdom that have a lordship title, then only those 3 people have to manage all these buildings in your kingdom. And what that means is going to have to literally walk over there every 3 days or so, or every 2 days or 5 days, depending on how high their management level is. They have to walk over there every 5 days or 1 day or every 24 hours, whatever. And they have to tell people what to do. Like, no, you get to work and you have to do this, this, and this. But if they don't fucking do that because they're unhappy or they're too drunk or they're high on drugs or they're fucking off in a fucking war somewhere, then guess what? These buildings don't work. They don't, nothing gets produced. Shit starts failing. Shit goes to shit. Shit gets fucked. And that's what happened with my brother. I sent him off to war. He got captured for being a coward or something. And then he was the manager of like 10 of my buildings. And all of a sudden, all these things started saying like, hey, this building is not having like any production being done. Like the workers are wondering what the fuck they have to do. And it's like, oh, fuck, I have the wrong manager. Like he's the manager of that building. I have to set a new manager to that building. So it's like, you got all these like micromanaging bullshits you have to do in this game. But it's so good, Gunny. It's addicting as fuck.
This is a Gunny, Jesus game. For sure, the way you describe it.
It's so addicting that you just sit there and try to figure out the strategy of like, okay, what do I do? And there's like these fucking dire wolves or something on the map, and they'll attack your people, your peasants. If you're walking around, they'll attack the peasants. So you can send out like your king and whatever to go hunting, and they'll go hunting for dire wolves, and then they get meat, and then people get happy because there's meat. But you can also build a pig farm, but you have to learn how to build a pig farm. So like I said, the knowledge is important in this game, and the characters have stats. Like each character, each lord has their own stats, Gunny. So they have their own happiness meters and shit. But they also have like a manners stat, which is 0 through 10. Manners. There's manners. There's leadership. There's management. There's social skills. There's education. There's economic or whatever, like how good they are with money and how good they are with managing money. There's trading skills. So there's like 12 different skills that each lord has. And obviously you can't max them out all the way, right? Because, you can't, like, there's so many stats you can, like in the beginning of the game when you're creating the map and you're creating the world or whatever, and you're the lords that you start with, you can give them a bunch of higher stats, Gunny. You can say like, I want my king to have 9 education, 9 manners, 9 social skills, 9 leadership skills, 9 combat skills, 9 trader skills. But the higher you make their skills, the older your character is when the game starts. And like I said, characters as they start getting older, like if they start reaching their 50s and shit, Gunny, like Gunny Boomer over here.
Or somebody else we know. Their
skills, Gunny, start deteriorating. Okay, their skills, like it'll say, like, hey, due to aging, King so and so has lost 1 combat skill. They lost 1 of their social.
So their skills are decreased.
Yeah, okay. But their skills can also, like, as they're like, say you start off really young as a king. You start off when you're 20 years old. As you do things, as you send your king to combat, as you send your king to go do trade deals, as you send them to go learn in the library of whatever, it'll say, hey, their education skill went up, their manners went up, their social skills went up, their trading skills went up. So these skills do boost up as you live life, but once you get to an elderly age or whatever, it'll start saying like, hey, this guy is starting to lose his shit. Like, he's
got a little dementia here. Time to him for a step down.
And but like your characters can also develop addictions. Like by the time my king chopped off his wife's head and like killed her and like did all that crazy shit, right? he became depressed, Gunny, okay, because he was lonely and sad. So he became an alcoholic. And it even said on there like your king has become an alcoholic. He depends on alcohol. Without alcohol, he does not know how to function. So he has to be drunk to function. So it's like all this crazy shit adds up. Like your characters can become addicted to things. It's all kinds of crazy shit, dude. Like it's nuts. This game is crazy. You can build a drug den. You can build all kinds of crazy shit. It's all there.
Someone can need a rehab center. Yeah.
But yeah.
Damn, that does sound deep. It's a lot.
Deep as fuck. But that's it. That's all I've been playing. Oh, and I guess Ready or Not, I did play a little bit more of that. I forget about these games, Gunny. I'm sorry. I played a little bit more Ready or Not. And one of the biggest things there is that the game is getting their first DLC pack. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know when it's coming out soon, though. I think it's like next month or something. And it's called I think it's the end of this month. Or this week. I think it comes out the 25th or something. Or the 27th or the 29th. But it's it's called, I forget what it's called, but it's about like a hurricane or a tornado or something hit us like LA or a city or something on the coast. And the SWAT team has been deployed to like bring order to the chaos or whatever of the hurricane that's brought on or whatever.
Home invasion.
Yeah, it's called home invasion. That's what it's called. So there's like a level where you have to go to a mansion and like fucking take out all the bad guys that are in the mansion, you know. There's one that's like a neighborhood. You have to bring peace to the neighborhood. There's one where you're like at a supermarket, I think, or something like that, like a store. It looks kind of cool. 3 new maps, I think they said, with some new guns or whatever. So there's that. But the cool thing about the DLC, they said, was you don't have to own it to play it, but they recommend that you own it to unlock the guns. But as far as the map goes, as long as the person who's hosting the match, the guy who's the host, if they have the map, like if they have the DLC and you join that match, you won't get kicked from the match for not having that DLC. It'll let you play on that map, right? It'll let you play on the map. You just won't have the new guns or whatever to use. Like whatever that, like a new sidearm, a new submachine gun, and a new rifle or something, and maybe some new equipment. But they said like, don't worry, like if the host has the map and you join their match, you'll be fine. You'll be able to play with them.
So it'll be an update for everyone, including if you don't purchase.
But if you're the host and you don't have the DLC, then it just won't show up when you go to select a mission. You know what I mean? So I'm like, kind of a cool way to do it.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah.
Right.
I got anything else?
No, nothing else that I've been playing.
Well, I don't have any. I don't have any other thing.
No, there's just a couple news articles I wanted to read, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, Gunny.
Yeah. So so this is regarding Conquered, the game. So as far as like so last week was, I believe, the people that pre-ordered the game that got in. So whether it be on, I think it was on PC and PS5. Again, not on Xbox. This is an exclusive PS5 console release. And so this article was from yesterday, just talking about the beta and the player numbers. And so it goes on here with the open beta, which was this weekend. I didn't get a chance to play it, but it's set to end very soon. It says it seems that Conquered hasn't garnered too much popularity among PC players. The beta for their upcoming PlayStation shooter is currently free to play for all players across PlayStation 5 and PC, which was yesterday. So that was for the open beta. However, some new data reveals that interest in Conquered has been rather low on the PC. And, but I would say this. I'm just going to kind of stop there. I would say that maybe, this is not against the game, but I would think as far as like, and I don't know who the developer is, but maybe they don't have that big mega publisher, dollars. I mean, yes, Sony's out there, right? PlayStation should be out there pushing this game. But I would think that would be the low numbers for a beta. Doesn't that make sense? And not to say that it's a bad game. How can you say that if, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't remember seeing this on the Steam page up in front and center saying, play the beta fucking day one or anything like that. So I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate here, but I haven't played it, so I'm not going to say like, oh, it's a poor it's a generic Overwatch, so that's why nobody played it. But no, it just seems like they should have been marketing this thing the way I see it. So, but then again, I haven't heard anything positive from anybody out there via social medias to say, yeah, super hyped for this game. It's $40. I'm going to buy it day one purchase. So yeah, but we'll see. We'll see what happens at launch and how well it plays out. I'm
That's the what's that game called again?
Conquered.
Yeah, I see ads for it. It looks okay on the ads, but I'm like, I don't know, man. This game, I think it's not gonna do good.
Yeah.
And isn't this
So
isn't this a Bungie game?
No, this is Firewalk Studios. I don't know what else. Who was What's Firewalk? What have they made? I mean, they made Killzone, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah, they did the Killzone Shadowfall. So so this would be a first party studio game, I would think. I don't know if Firewalk is still owned by Sony or if it was just Killzone people.
Yeah, it has the PlayStation company. It says PlayStation Studios on their website.
Yeah. Yeah, so it says here only the recent recent data from Steam shows that Conquered peaked out at 2,300 concurrent players on Steam during its open beta weekend, with only 1,000 players online at the time of writing this, which was yesterday.
Well, it's funny because that's why I thought it was from Bungie, because this says here that Sony bought the studio last year because the studio was like a newer studio that had a bunch of veterans from Call of Duty and Bungie and shit that made Halo.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Sony bought them, because remember everyone was leaving Bungie, they made this studio. So then Sony went and bought them. Sony was like, "Oh, you guys want to leave us?
That's
we'll just
right.
buy you."
I remember they talked about that on, yeah.
Oh, you guys
one of the PlayStation podcasts.
You thought you weren't working for us anymore? Guess what? You still work for us.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's my thinking on it, right? It's not to say that the whole world got around and got word that this game is not good, but no, seriously, like I feel like it's just lack of marketing on Sony's part. I feel like if they would have had it out, more out there more with advertising, giving the game some hype or, I don't know. That's just my take on it, right? Like I would think those player counts would be so much higher, that I would have seen more streamers, more people playing, and the numbers would have been so much higher. So, yeah, because I would say wait for the final release of the game and see who buys it, and see how that goes. Let's see here. Jesus. Oh, we've got well over $1 million worth of Pokemon cards allegedly have been stolen.
From where?
So, I don't know. It says here business owners revealed that their warehouse saw over $1 million worth of Pokemon TCG cards stolen in 2 brazen heists. The loss is monumental for the business and highlights a continual problem in the Pokemon community. It says here, news broke of a midday robbery at a game store that ended with an employee being assaulted, all for the sake of stealing Pokemon cards. Thankfully, the news story doesn't end with anyone physically getting hurt, but it did occur on a much more serious financial loss. Let's see. It says here this was in Newton Aycliffe, England. Oi, mate, this was over across the pond, was it, eh?
Oh, mate.
Oh, let's see here. So it's at a warehouse for a shop called Total Cards.
Was it on what do they call their was it on a lorry?
It was a lorry. They brought a lorry in.
Was it on a lorry?
He was a big booger. He brought him in here with a brute. And he was like, "What are you going on about?" I said, "I need Pokemon cards, eh?" Oh, man, I can't do that accent. Every time I go to my Australian.
Give it a lorry, eh?
So it says here, the owner, Adrian Marsden, says that on June 14th of 2023, is this an old article? What the fuck? What the hell? No, it says this was published 5 years ago. Or 5 years ago. 5 hours ago. I'm like, wait a minute.
5 years ago, what the fuck?
Oh, so they were just talking about previous ones. But I'll stop here. I'll say this, Jesus. You ever watch on YouTube and you'll see those like, police pull over someone in a car, it could be our truck, like could be a woman, female, male, whatever. Yeah. And they just came from a Target store from stealing Legos or Pokemon cards or something. They're part of the kind of a bigger theft ring, of things where it's kind of their job to go steal from these Walmart Targets and, sell them to these fences. I guess they're called fences, right? That are more connected to things, right? Whether it be Pokemon cards or Legos. So I've seen that too. Like I've watched one of these videos and it's like, dude had like fucking boxes of Pokemon cards and other kinds of cards in there as well, besides Pokemon. Like, whether he took them from Target or I don't know, somehow got in the back or probably in cahoots with a employee or something. So it's a big deal, man, with the Pokemon and the Legos. I don't know what it is, but must be good money. Maybe just the last thing I have here. I don't have the article up here, but I don't know if you saw, Jesus, where the FTC does not like how Microsoft is having this fourth tier. I don't know what it's actually called on the Microsoft Game Pass. You know, I talked about it last week and said, damn, Jesus almost nailed it with that Call of Duty Game Pass. like it was almost, I bet you it was going to be a thing where they talked about it. Like, we're going to make a Call of Duty Game Pass tier, but they created something else entirely, but pretty close. But they are talking about working on a cloud only pass tier. So that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just say, yeah, like, you know, that I never thought of that. Just say, hey, you know, Apple Android users, like this is the thing for you. You know, this whatever. I would charge $8.99. That's what I would do. But just got to read on to the article here. So we're talked about, when they announced their upcoming price changes, to Ultimate and PC price hikes. So it looks like here that Microsoft hasn't done making changes to Game Pass quite yet. Says, on the contrary, the software giant might be preparing to introduce several new tiers. How many fucking tiers do we need, really? Into the Game Pass hierarchy, including a cloud-only tier, as well as a tier supported by advertisements. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, though. I don't want a tier supported by advertisement, you know, with a bunch of fucking ads in it. So, says news of the reported changes comes by the way of Jez Corden from Windows Central. In a new report published Monday, where he outlined some of the things that he's been hearing as it relates to Game Pass changes. So let's see, what does he say here? It would be cheaper than Game Pass Ultimate, obviously, and more appealing to customers as a result. Per Corden, a cloud-only tier is meant for consumers who have no interest in purchasing a Series X console. Right? That's where I kind of go back to, you know, people with phones and tablets. You know that, you know, these, you know, people that have backbones and, you know, or I don't know, maybe carry a controller in their bag or their back pocket. Who knows? Says the development makes a ton of sense, especially in the light of Amazon Prime Day deal, in which everything that's needed to play cloud games via Fire Stick was bundled together for a low price. Speaking of that, Jesus, so I have that Fire TV. It's an Insignia Fire TV, and I have the same exact remote. But I went to try it this weekend, and I did a little bit of research on it where I was looking at a YouTube video. And even though this one's 4K, it's only for the sticks, not the Insignia Fire TVs. So, yeah, I was like, a little bummed on that. But, yeah. So, because when I go to actually search for Xbox, the app shows up. And then when I go to click on it, it says not available. Like, so, yeah, go on the YouTube, and they're like, yeah, buddy, that's a TV, not a stick. Even though it's 4K and it's a newer model, not going to work. So I don't know. Maybe in the future it will. But yeah, that's really all I had for the latest news of this week.
Okay. Well, that's all I have, Gunny. No more. Besides Kamala Harris running as a Democratic nominee now instead of Joe. No more Biden.
Kind of like that game you were playing with old Joe and kind of getting old, having to step down and forgetting things.
Hey man, it happens. It happens to everyone. Eventually, we'll all get old, man. Well, we wish we would all get old, right? Not a lot of us get to make it to that age. So,
yeah, his brother. I don't know what news channel I was watching, but I guess Joe's brother, and I don't know his name. And this is not propaganda. This is coming from Joe Biden's brother, where he said, I think it was yesterday when it broke. Was it yesterday that it broke? Yeah, it was Sunday. And then he said yes, that age did play a role, you know, in his decision. I mean, we can't think of anything else, right? Like, yeah, like I'm sure, like, of course, his party's been asking him to step aside, Joe. You're not going to make it. Not going to make it another term. Go on vacation. Go visit your grandkids. But yeah, his brother had a really heartfelt message, and yeah, just said, look, it's definitely age. Like, but he didn't say like, oh, you know, he's got dementia or he's going to die next week. Like, no, it was just, that was it.
Listen, man, Joe should be chilling on an island somewhere, just living his life, dude.
Yeah, right. But he's devoted his whole life, like looking at pictures of him,
writing a book or something. Writing a book. Do what whatever the fuck Obama is doing. That's what he should be doing.
Yeah, doesn't Obama have that nice place by the lake?
Yeah, what does Obama do nowadays? He just probably chills, right? Probably chills, rides horses, rides a bike. George Bush probably rides horses.
You don't hear from the George Bushes anymore. I don't know what he's up to.
They're just chilling, bro. What do you do once you've been president? Like, what the fuck? What else do you want to do in your life?
I mean, you're the leader of the free world. Yeah, where do you go after that?
What do you do, dude? I mean, like, you were the fucking leader of the most powerful country in the fucking world. Like, what do? You just chill at that point. You fucking listen. Every once in a while, they'll invite you to some stupid college campus to give a speech. Oh, wow. Congrats. All you guys are graduating. Whoa. Go live your lives. You have a whole life ahead of you. And then everyone cheers, and you leave after shaking a few hands.
Yeah.
And that's all you do, Gunny. What the fuck else do? You fucking write a book, right? You write a book about some bullshit, and then every once in a while, you fucking give a comment about whatever's going on in the political world. Oh, I would have done things differently.
Yeah, they all do that.
Yeah, if it's someone you don't like, you just say, "Oh, I would have done things better." You just walk away. That's all you do. Like, what the fuck? Like, what else do you do? That's what you should be doing right now. I'm not trying to run for president again, dude. You were twice the vice president, and you were president. Like, that's pretty good stats. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and you figure, like, they always show this thing on YouTube where it's a young Joe Biden at like age 29 going into Congress. I'm like, damn, this guy's been in there for like 50 years.
Yeah, like, dude, he's been there fucking forever, man. Like I said, he was in Congress or whatever when his wife died or whatever. Was it his wife that died?
I thought it was like his. Wasn't it like, I'm trying to remember if it was his wife and kid. I don't remember if
they were in a car accident or something. His wife and his child.
Yeah. I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
and then his son away. Bo, I think, did he die in the war? I think.
Yeah, then his son went to war. Then his son died in the fucking war in Iraq. And then so like, yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, you've been through some shit, man. Like, I think you call it a day, bro. Call it a day. You're good. You know, you just chill.
Let somebody else take over.
Yeah, let someone else deal with all the bullshit that comes with being a president. Because it's probably not fun, dude. Honestly, like people want that job, but I think people don't realize what the fuck that job really entails. It probably has a lot of bullshit to deal with.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Like some of the things, like in some of the movies we watch, where it probably is kind of little. I don't know if you want to call it mundane, but I never really watched a lot of The West Wing. But just think of the movies where, all right, you get up, you have breakfast, you know, you're already there, you're already at work, right? Like just walking down the hallway. All right, can you talk to President fucking Putin and tell him not to do this anymore? Okay, let me get on the phone with the Prime Minister of Germany and see if we can hash it out. Well, we already laid the groundwork, but can you sign this at 12 o'clock and then we've got a conference call at 1? Yeah,
but you got a speech to give at fucking 2 p.m. after that, you know? Like,
yeah. Oh gosh.
And then you have a fucking phone call with the fucking Prime Minister of Canada at fucking 2:30. And then we got to fucking FaceTime fucking the Chinese presidents 3 o'clock.
And then you gotta address the nation at 7 p.m. so that all of America sees you at once. We gotta wait for all those Californians to get home.
Yeah, and then just make sure you do all this, and then like fuck, that would suck. I'd be like, this is some bullshit. Fuck this job.
Yeah,
you never fucking boring. Get any free time or anything. Just fucking chill. Like fuck that.
I always thought, like, again, thinking back to movies or video game action, kind of bringing it back here a little bit, where I think like, oh gosh, like, and there's been several of those movies, you know, Protect the President, Secret Service, you know, like I always thought that would be cool. I want to be the sniper guy on the roof, you know. But I don't know. After what happened the last couple of weeks, I'm like, maybe that wasn't such a honorable job to kind of tout to the people that, you know, I was a sniper, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened last week, man. I think a lot of people are gonna get fired. Secret Service, dude, Because the lady who runs that shit, the director or whatever, she's in hot shit. Because they're telling her like, what the fuck, like. They asked her, I think they were asking her questions in Congress. I think it was today or
it was today. I saw it on
where
YouTube. I didn't watch it, but I saw
she went to before Congress and they're asking her questions about what happened. She didn't have a lot of answers, dude. It's like
TV.
How do you not have all these answers knowing they're going to be asking all these fucking questions at this meeting? Like, you are the leader of the fucking Secret Service. Like, you should know how many fucking Secret Service agents were there. What were their roles? What were they supposed to be doing? Why was that fucking building? Why did it not have snipers on top of it already? Like, such a clear view of the fucking area, Like, all this crazy ass shit. And she didn't have a lot of answers. So,
somebody made a good point where they were talking about, was it 3.62 billion that's the budget for the Secret Service for the year. It's a lot of money, but I guess you think about it, all the ex-presidents, and they probably have Secret Service, I'm sure, in other parts of the world, maybe, I don't know, right? Guarding whatever. So, but it's still, that's a lot of money, right? And we're talking about a lot of high-tech, equipment we would think that they would have. And somebody pointed out, like, how did he have the drone there prior flying it around? Like, I don't know when he did it, a week or two prior, right? Like, he knew it was going to be, like, you just know, like, okay, President Biden's going to be at, this location,
giving a speech or whatever.
Right, giving a speech, and that's going to be like the campaign, and so get there early and just plan and prepare, right? And then the Secret Service does their own thing. But why was there no drones there at the event? And I'm like, oh, that's a good question, right? It's an outside event. You would think there would be some kind of Secret Service drones just, at least a couple.
Yeah.
Don't we have them at football games? And I don't think they do it at baseball, but definitely they do it at.
They do it in cities and shit in some places, man. Like,
yeah, they have these police drones. I've seen them.
Yeah. They have them in Portland. They have fucking drones flying around and shit. Like, just flying around. Just fucking drones. Yeah. So, like, why couldn't they have them there? Like, what could they just have a police drone flying around? Not even a Secret Service one, just the cop one. Just get, like, the fucking police to bring their drones. Hey, man, we need a couple drones to fly around here and keep an eye on shit.
Since it's such a, there's barns and whatever, fucking shacks and, things around, and it's kind of a, we need to widen the perimeter. I don't know.
I don't get it. Yeah, it's a lot of questions, man. A lot of questions there. A lot of the fuck happened. I also seen those videos of the lady Secret Service agents who were there.
Oh yeah, some of those were the ones they were making fun of her. Yeah, oh, they were kind of funny.
The one that looked like Amy Schumer or whatever.
Yes.
I feel bad for that lady. She's going to get
her gun back in the holster.
Yeah, she's going to get so much shit for the longest time from everyone that she works with. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're probably going to just give her so much shit every once in a while. Call her Amy and shit. Hey, Amy. Oh, fuck. It was funny. There was another video where there was the one where she couldn't get the gun back in her holster, but there was another one where when they pulled up to the hospital, right? The Secret Service, they all pulled up to the hospital to get Trump in the hospital or whatever. She went, you see the cops, the police jump out with their rifles out and shit. And then she jumps out of the SUV and she's standing there and she's looking around like she's kind of confused, like doesn't know really what to do. And then she kind of looks around and she sees all the other guys with their guns out. And then she pulls her gun out.
Yeah. I saw that funny. Through the window of the hospital.
Yeah. It's like, phone. Like, what do I do? Oh, I gotta put my gun out. Oh shit. It's like, oh fuck, man. Like, but it does make sense, right? Like, I was because they were saying, like, shouldn't there be a requirement in the Secret Service of like how tall you should be, or how fit you should be, or how, like, I don't know, just how like you should. I think there should be a requirement, right? Like how fast you should be, how tall you should be, how big you should be.
I was listening to somebody and they were talking about, diversity and inclusion. Do I have that correct, right? When it comes to, what am I thinking of? Male, female, right? Whatever, sex doesn't matter, or, gender doesn't matter here. But somebody was pointing out, like, wait a minute, what about just like, what they say, like, Just hire a bunch of fucking Samoans or, big black guys or whatever. What about them? They never say black people, right? It always has to be like this male-female thing of like the whole, inclusion thing. Or I'm not even saying that right. You know what I mean? And so he's like, damn, just get a bunch of brutes out there.
They need to. Like, dude, you're protecting the guy that's 6'2".
Somebody could actually take a lot of bullets. I don't know.
Myself, I'm like 5'7", 5'8" on a good day. I'm not protecting Trump, bro. I'm too short for that shit. Right? Bullets start going off. I jump in front of that motherfucker. They're all gonna go over my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? You don't fucking. How do you protect the president when you're that short? Like, you can't. You can't have a 5'5" woman out there trying to protect the president. Like, when he's like 7 inches taller than she is.
Yeah. Well, she did. She was able to. I was watching the thing where she did get his arm. After they hit him so hard, he was already on the ground and they knocked him down so hard. He's like, Secret Service knocked my shoes right off of me. Like,
when they tackled him or whatever.
He said they hit me so hard they knocked my shoes off. And then he said he refused. He's like, no, you motherfuckers, don't drag me off because you knocked my shoes off. I'm putting my shoes back on. I'm leaving with dignity here. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of what he said. And then he goes, but whatever. I'm going to call her Amy. Like, she was able to get that arm around him, and get him to safety. So I'll give her cred for that. And hey, there was enough men around there.
Yeah.
So.
All right, man. Well, anyways, I think show's over. Where can we find you, Gunny?
Go find me over on Xbox and Steam and even Battle.net, all that stuff, because I installed Diablo 4 on there as gamertag Gunny Chief.
All right, find me on everything as Jesus Walks a Lot, and I'll be playing whatever, and also find Mayo.
The Mayo.
On everything as the Mayo.
And the Mayo 1.
All right. Bye, everyone. Bye. Peace out. We're out of here. Bye.